Greetings and welcome back once again to From the Depths and to the Sun Wukong and the Cŵn Annwn, whose enemies will be here before the Eversong. So I've spawned in here. We are just pulling the Sun Wukong back up out of the drink. I really need to find a way to tell this to spawn at a certain altitude rather than spawn in the water. I'm fairly certain there's a way. I'm going to have to look that up. But we've used up a fairly large amount of metal since you just joined us. We had about 10,000 metal all told. And it looks like as a result, the Cŵn Annwn is almost ready. Yes, it is. Oh, that is quite glorious. Very well. The Cŵn Annwn is going to get its AI turned into combat mode. There we go, Cŵn Annwn. Go do your thing. You can now basically repair yourself because you've got your repair bots. The main thing is that your missile systems will be ready to deal with any scallywags should they appear. Don't try not to sail into the Sun Wukong though. Generally speaking, that's going to be a bad thing. We're going to continue raising the Sun Wukong until it's about 2,000 above. 2,000 power, which is about there. Perfect. And that is very, very nice to know. It basically means that my missile guidance, torpedo guidance systems are above the resource ring. That puts it really, really high up in the sky. I am pretty impressed. But let's have a quick look at the map to see what's going on. We have these guys. They are about to materialize in. The Cŵn Annwn is at 91%. And we have a force count of 2, strength 40, heading for the Eversong, which is now moving at 4 meters a second instead of 3 because I've added 3 extra large propellers. I really do need to look into a better way of speeding that thing up, though. There may be other methods that I can employ. And it looks like the enemy are here. Ah, fantastic. Let's see how this goes. It looks like they're close enough for my AA cannons to engage. Well, it's pretty much doomed for you. Honestly, if you hit the Sun Wukong with your missiles, I'm going to despawn you. That's right. That's right. You see? You don't hit the Sun Wukong with your missiles, you get to play. This is a lesson that the Eversong couldn't learn. That's why the Eversong isn't here anymore. Take this lesson to heart. Oh dear, those are bullets. They're going to hit you. Don't panic. This may be the first time that you've been struck by bullets, but it's fine. Trust me, you've got enough armor to be able to weather this paltry amount of destruction that they are sending your way. Their lasers are trying to shoot down on my missiles. They are probably going to kill quite a few of them, but not all of them, I would imagine. Looks like they're moving in pretty quickly. We are going to do a big chunk of damage. No, there we are. We're starting to lose a few. But we still should be able to do an enormous amount of damage if we're lucky. Ooh, we are actually... We're doing a fair chunk of damage. They've got a decent fleet, though. To be fair to them, they've got quite a sizable fleet. Let's try and get into a better position to watch this fight. Oh yeah, that's pretty interesting, all things told. Got a paddle boat. We've got one of the ships with the enormous shield on the front. Those are typically quite dangerous. But yeah, it looks like we're going to win this one comfortably, I would say. They cannot project enough damage to really challenge the Sun Wukong, nor can they even get close enough to damage the Cŵn Annwn. And the Sun Wukong's AA system is currently ruining their day. It is... Wow. Again, I'm going to say that I'm pretty impressed with just how dangerous that thing is to anything. I mean, the sniper gun is definitely better at very extreme ranges, but... wow, just look at it. Just loads of little explosions. I think the accurate comparison is the sniper gun is actually shooting bullets, whereas our AA system is shooting ping pong balls. The thing is, though, if you get hit by enough ping pong balls traveling at high enough velocity, it's still going to ruin your day. We are literally watching someone get ping ponged to death right now. And then it's being followed up by actual bullets, just, you know, to drive the lesson home. There we are. Wow, that is just fantastic. And let's see how quickly this demolishes the side of this vessel. Look at the rain of doom just coming down. It's a beautiful thing to behold. Honestly, it is. I don't know what's happening with the water effect over there. Probably that I'm so zoomed in, or it's at the extremes of my of the game's range that it's going a little bit wonky. But yeah, I think it's fair to say we got this, honestly. I don't think there's anything that those ships are going to be able to do to stop it. But, oh, that is actually quite glorious, just watching that happen. Well done, guys. Sun Wukong, Cŵn Annwn for the win. You've earned this victory. Let us watch it carefully. So much death. So much destruction. It is beautiful. And now you're like, wow, what kind of chance do I stand when the ships that were just blown up got blown up so easily, considering how better armed they were? Just look at all of that death on its way in. Guys, I'm not one to say that overkill is a bad thing. I mean, I generally don't believe it is, but really, was there any need to send that much stuff at him? Don't you think you were overreacting? Perhaps just a tad? Oh, that's going to hurt. That's going to hurt. Sun Wukong, try not to shoot. You... Sun Wukong, why? Why did you do this? I see what you've done there, Sun Wukong. I see what damage you've done to the Cŵn Annwn. Bloody hell. You give something an enormous ultra god mode cannon and it thinks it owns the place. Man, I'm so sorry, Cŵn Annwn. Right, well, that was actually pretty good. Now, let's go ahead and pull you from the fight again. We'll go back to 10 times speed, because this fight is going to be pretty... In fact, you know what? Eversong, why don't you go and meet them? Go meet those guys. We'll have a proper little battle over there. We'll claim this territory as well, because I think I've got to be in the territory in order to claim it. So I really shouldn't leave it behind. But we've got a fair few other enemies on their way. And there's a part of me that's wondering if maybe I shouldn't kill the Deepwater Guard. I mean, they're pretty good for farming resources right now. Maybe I should just put a Sun Wukong about there. Just so that they can't get out of their fortress without having to fight it. And, of course, that would mean their death. So, yeah, I'm thinking that might actually be what we do. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bring the Eversong into play. And I'm also going to jump down to it and we're going to see what we can do here. What are we fighting against? Whatever we're fighting against, we're probably going to win. Let's face it. Right, let's stop the bob there and move in a little bit so we can see what's going on. And have we got another one of those enormous metallic behemoths? I would approve. Yes, we do. Wow, that is a really good design, though. I really like it. Well, it's not a good design because I kill it with ease, but I like it. I think it's a beautiful design, and it's launching its... Oh, it's firing its cannons. That's frightening. Because that's a big cannon. It's like the Sun Wukong sniper gun. Please don't hit anything important. Like anything. Because everything on the Eversong is important to me. Every single little bit. Uh-oh, I can't see it anymore. Ah, there we are. Oh, it's incoming. No. Aha, you missed. Ah, fantastic. I approve. All right, let's see what else is going on. Oh, those missiles. They take no prisoners. No prisoners are being taken right now. It looks like we've messed up almost all of its propellers. Yeah, it's gone. Well, I thought it was metallic. I think it's definitely parts of it are metal, but I don't think it's all metal. But, yeah, well, Eversong, you have achieved a convincing victory, I feel. Let's see how long it takes for this thing to despawn. Probably not very long. Oh, really? Why have you stopped? Oh, it's because it's scrap. Is that it? It's scrap. It's too good. You're too good to kill. Well, I suppose I did tell you not to attack scrap. It's hardly your fault. Okay, well, we've claimed this territory. Fantastic. Now, let's head down here, claim this territory as well. Let's pull you out of battle. Well, I could pull you out of battle, couldn't I? Or I could do this instead. Let's go into build mode. Let's check out the HMS Eversong there. Let's go ahead and save the constructible. We want to save it over the Cŵn Annwn. There we go. Save over Cŵn Annwn. Now I need to check that this... see, it renames it every time it does that, which is annoying. HMS Eversong. There we go. Is that now saved? Yes, it is. Right, and now we will also save this over the Eversong. There we are, which is now going to be version 8. Okay, there we go. Right, now, you can go ahead and stop being in play. We'll pull all. And I'm going to bring in the... All right, see, this is the thing I want to know about. Altitude 0 of 50. Speed 3 of 3. Put into play. Teleport to force. I would like to put it into play, and I would like to find out how I can get this to... Really? Okay, teleport to force first. Then put it into play, perhaps? Maybe I've got to be here first. Actually, before I do, let's have a quick look. Forces. Sun Wukong Outpost. More options. Rename. No. Retrofit. No. Force points. Forces. Display fleet info. Ah, lock altitude. That's what we need. Okay. Display force info. Blockade rings. I guess I would see that if I was far enough out. There we are. Okay, right. Well, we're bringing this into play. And then we're bringing this into play. I'm going to rise it up, and then I'm going to lock its altitude. I think that's going to be pretty important for future deployment. Have you deployed at the bottom of this ocean? Really? Why would you do this, you stupid boat? Oh my god, my boats are derps! At least you can actually get back up though. The Eversong, the Cŵn Annwn was not built to be a sub game. If it were, I would have called it a sub. I wouldn't have made it look like a boat. I would have made it look like a sub. Please don't. Please actually come all the way out of the water. That is ideally what you should be doing. And then we will lock your altitudes. Stupid game. Right, I'm going to take the Sun Wukong once again up to just to the point where the torpedo laser designators are above the resource rings. Then I'm going to retrofit the Cŵn Annwn to the new design. Yeah, let's keep bringing you up. Let's bring you all the way. It takes an awfully long time to get there, but still, it is worth it, I feel. And we're almost there. The beams are just about to cover the rings. There we go. That's good enough for me. In fact, I could take you a little bit higher as well. Let's take you all the way. There we are. That is good enough for me. Right. Okay. Oh, really, Cŵn Annwn? Do you have to be a derp? Right. Okay. Lock altitude. Sun Wukong. If we have a look at display fleet info, display force info. There we are. Okay, the Cŵn Annwn. Is there any way I can affect this fleets? Sun Wukong. All right, well that's fine. Maybe if I go to the map, I can have a look at it. Sun Wukong 48 to 50. That's fine. I mean, I guess I would have to take it even higher for it to know that it could go that high. The Cŵn Annwn. Altitude -4. Oh. Right. Retrofitting. How do I do that? Let's have a quick look. The Cŵn Annwn. Retrofit. By me. I would like it to be Cŵn Annwn Mark 8. Retrofit cost. What? Retrofit to Cŵn Annwn, I think. Oh, yeah, okay. Phew! I thought it was going to make me pay for the whole thing again. I was going to say, that's not a retrofitting. Really, Cŵn Annwn. Okay, I think the best thing I can do for you is pull you out of play. Then bring you back into play, perhaps? Maybe? Yeah, you're moving back to the fortress now. That can... I'll allow you to do this. And then I'll bring you into play. And hopefully all will be well. But there must be a way that I can affect this and make sure that it locks at this altitude and doesn't leave it. Well, I'll have to have a look at that. If I haven't managed to figure it out by the next episode, I'm sure that someone will have told me in the comments, and that will be just as good. Right, okay. Let's see. Can we fix this? Oh, that's perfect. I think that is actually genuinely perfect. Ah, I'm very happy. I am extremely pleased. Okay, and we've still got 13,000 metal just sitting there. I'm actually quite content with this. Right, let's zoom all the way out. Let's find the Eversong. Where are you? You've already taken this place. So I would like you to about there. That would be the best place for you. I would like the Cŵn Annwn to leave this fleet. Leave fleet. There we are. Okay, the Cŵn Annwn. I would like you, if I can get in there. There we are. Fleet, Cŵn Annwn. You're already there. Right. I would like you. Altitude -7 of 0. Out of play for now. And I would like you to probably do, I don't know. That one's a little bit faster than you are. Still, I have faith in you. So I'm going to send you off. We're going to try and take these and then move over there. The deep water guard will just take them back, but if we can have the Cŵn Annwn and the Eversong meet in here. In fact, let's go ahead and do that. Let's have the Cŵn Annwn and the Eversong try to meet there. And then they'll merge, and then they'll go on and capture this resource zone. I think what I may do then, we are not going to have even remotely enough resources to build a Sun Wukong outpost. I may build a very simple, like, wooden outpost just so that we're gathering some resources. And just have the Cŵn Annwn and the Eversong guard that outpost for the time being. Hopefully, the majority of their forces will still try to attack the Sun Wukong outpost. And I'm uncertain about that one, but we'll hope. Now, what I would very much like to do, thinking about it, is go down to the Cŵn Annwn, bring this up. I'm still controlling the Sun Wukong. Okay. How about oh, actually, I went to the Sun Wukong, didn't I? I'm a derp. Go to forces. Cŵn Annwn. Where can I teleport force? Teleport character into this out of play force and ride with it. There we go. That's what we wanted. Now, if I go to in play, bring up this. No, still not working for me. Okay, let's bring the Cŵn Annwn in. There we go. That's a bit better. We need to change this to the HMS Cŵn Annwn. Naturally. There we go. Fantastic. Right, you can go back out of play. In fact, everything go out of play, and I shall bring you back when we have a fight. And welcome back. As you can see, it appears that the Cŵn Annwn has gathered the majority of the attention from the encroaching enemies. We've got the 20th Mercantile Navy moving in to attack. We've also got the Guard Vanguard of this zone moving in to attack. Now, while I was moving things around, I realized I don't need to build another Sun Wukong over here or deconstruct this one. I can have this one move. I just need to have this one build a small resource gathering outpost here, the one I described that I might build over there, and just have this one make its own merry way all the way up to this resource zone and basically camp it. That should work easily enough for me. Now, the problem here is that I'm going to engage several fleets at the same time, and I'm not too happy about that, but it is what it is. And the Cŵn Annwn is not going to back down from a fight. No. That just wouldn't happen. Let's see who's going to get into a fight first. It looks like the small force first. So let's go ahead and bring the HMS Cŵn Annwn into combat. And we'll see how this goes. Let's zoom right in and see. Where are the enemy? Let's zoom out, perhaps. Enemy? Enemy, where are you? You're over there somewhere. There are 3 of you. And there's one over there. Oh, actually, we've pulled all enemy into combat with us. Okay, fair enough. This may be an interesting fight then. Let's start. We'll unhook ourselves from the anchored on the Cŵn Annwn, so we can move the camera on a little bit better. We've got incoming missiles, probably from the coffin nail itself. Those should be taken out. No, they ran out of fuel anyway. Okay, well, that's not too bad, regardless. But there's a lot of ordnance coming down our way, and the Cŵn Annwn is not yet in a position to really bring its main gun to bear. It's all down to the laser at this point, whether the laser can do enough damage to this coffin nail to dissuade it from its attack. Are we launching our missiles at all? Yes, finally the missiles have launched. Good. And again, we are taking a little bit of damage. We've got explosive shells raining around us. Thankfully, they're none too accurate. So, and they're not filling the sky in quite the same quantity as the Sun Wukong's AA system does, so we don't have too much to worry about right now. But our laser is doing a little bit of damage. It is hitting the vulnerable part at the top. Unfortunately, it's also hitting our missiles now and again, or the shells are hitting our missiles, one or the other. But this should be, I imagine, the end of this thing. There's a lot of firepower coming into contact. It's got a spinning shield system, probably much the same as my own. Only it's actually using armor instead of shields. That's an interesting idea, actually. Maybe I should look into something like that. Possibly. I think it may also be part of the elevation control. It does look like it's got those awkward edges there. Look like they are some part of the rotor blades that are keeping it in the air. That's quite an interesting design. The more I see of it, the more I like it. But this fight is the Cŵn Annwn. The Cŵn Annwn is still more than a match for this kind of firepower. The coffin nail is already despawning. The paddle boat is now sending quite a lot of ordnance. Now this one can actually fill the sky with bullets, much like the Sun Wukong can. But we've got enough missiles that they should be doing damage to it, even though it's shooting them down, because they're getting close enough that their shrapnel should still be hitting it and doing little bits of damage to the armor, as we can see. Yeah, we are likely going to win this fight. I don't think it can really stop that now. We've got probably a couple of shots from our main cannon coming in as well. No, not yet, but now we do. Right, this is truly our victory at this point. I am pretty confident that there's nothing this little ship is going to be able to do to overwhelm the Cŵn Annwn at this point. Unless, well, no, I still don't think it is. What on earth is going on down there? There was some sort of weird strobe effect. It was as if the sea was holding a rave party. I approve of this enormously, but it also does make me wonder if my graphics card is on the way out, as well as my motherboard. Damn it, computer, just a few more months. I promise. I'll find a way. I was about to say I'd beg, steal, or borrow, but begging really isn't my sort of thing. I will steal or borrow. I'll borrow it from a bank without their permission. That'll make me feel a little bit better. I'll just leave a lot of IOUs in the vault. There we go. We have succeeded. That was the only real threat in this engagement. Everything else is just going to be taken out by the missile system, I imagine. And we are probably going to be able to focus our attention on this little guy. I really do love the way that the Cŵn Annwn can just split its missiles. I'm so glad that everyone was so insistent that I try out laser designation, because I really hadn't up to then, and I should have, because they are gloriously effective. What are you doing with missile? Don't come home. You left. You cannot come back now. You've made your own way in the world. Your parents' home is closed to you for your own good, and mostly for your parents' good, actually. We've already rented out the room that you had to another missile. I'm sorry you had to learn about it this way, but you know, life is life. Right, here we go. Oh, they're going to run out of fuel just shy of their destination, but enough of them are actually still going to make it there that it didn't matter at all. Right, well, you know what, Cŵn Annwn, I am actually really impressed that you managed to do that on your own. I don't know why I should be, because the Eversong can easily do this. It's just that, you know, you're fresh out of the womb, as it were. They grow up so fast. Right, we've got a small fleet there. I'm going to have... Ooh, they're already sending people to try and take this one back. But the Cŵn Annwn is going to hold this position. The Eversong is going to come in and join it. And then we will see what's going on. But for now... Actually, the Eversong is almost ready for a fight. I do like having more fleets around. This is novel and awesome. Is the Eversong in play? I don't know if the Eversong actually is in play. No, this isn't in play yet. So I probably should spawn it in now. Yeah. This should be a fairly easy engagement for the Eversong, all things told. Though it is... Why are you turning? Eversong? Eversong, why are you derping? I feel like you probably are. Really? You're going to try and sail through that tiny little nook there? Eversong, some days. I'm actually going to pull you back out of play so I can control you in a more broad sense. Because you cannot be trusted, Eversong. My lord. But we have taken enough of these territories to give the Deepwater Guard a little bit to worry about. In fact, how about we check on the diplomacy? They've only got 75% of its original strength and only 88% of its original size. The more I think about it, the more I actually want to create some sort of Deepwater Guard reserve. We'll just, have plenty of guns on the outside of it so that they can't get out. But, yeah, I kind of like the idea of keeping them all there. And, actually, we're in a fight already. Well, fantastic. Didn't take long at all. But, yeah, I'm really, really strongly considering just putting a Sun Wukong just there, just so that they can't get out. And so that anything they spawn will be inclined to try and attack the Sun Wukong, and thus obviously die horribly. But they can just basically fund our continued fleet expansion that way. Let's unanchor ourselves from the wobble of the Eversong as we watch these missiles go in and finish this fight obnoxiously fast. There we go. Really, it's not your fault. You were sent to fight an impossible battle. Honestly, there is something heroic about the fact you even turned up to this fight, knowing that you were going to die horribly. I can respect someone who puts duty ahead of their own survival in that kind of heroic saga-like ballad way. Yeah, songs will be written. Mostly be sung by the Eversong, because no one else will remember you. But still, the Eversong will remember you, I promise. Right, that's it. I think we're going to wrap this episode up as the Eversong and the Cŵn Annwn move into position to merge the fleet and then march on a new resource zone, which we will then have the Sun Wukong design a new resource gatherer for that particular point and then move up to that other resource zone. The only thing I want to check first is probably we'll move both of these fleets. We'll actually pull everything out for now, but we'll move both of these fleets over here and we'll just have them sit there for a little while. If I notice that these guys are always sending all of their fleets to attack this one zone, then I'll move the Sun Wukong up there. But if they are still sending reasonable amounts of fleets down here, I'm not sure what I'm going to do at that point. I'll probably still have the Sun Wukong move up there, but maybe I'll design something a little bit more capable of defending itself. Either that or have a fleet stationed here at all times. One or the other, but we'll see how that goes in the next episode. I do hope you've enjoyed this one, and I hope you'll be joining me for the next. But until then, and as always, do take care. And if this goes up on Christmas, Merry Christmas.